Reform in heat. Rupert Lowe goes in hard on Farage in explosive BBC interview. Rupert Lowe has broken his silence in a fiery live interview with the BBC, delivering a scathing critique of Nigel Farage and the Reform UK party, following his recent expulsion from the party. Lowe, a former Reform candidate, did not hold back, accusing the party of operating like a cult and declaring that Farage is unfit to be Prime Minister. In his first public appearance since the split, Lowe was asked directly about his current views on the Reform UK leader. "Look, I don't dislike Nigel," he said. "I think he's running a cult." He added, "I don't think he's fit to be leader. I don't think he is a leader. I think he's ultimately a very good, what I would call, ballroom entertainer. He stands up, he entertains, and he's extremely good at that." The BBC interview then referenced Lowe's prior comments in the political platform Viper, in which he labelled Farage a coward. "That's my opinion," Lowe said. "For the good of our country, Nigel Farage must never be Prime Minister." Lowe went on to criticise Farage's leadership style and lack of structure within the party. "I would have helped Nigel become Prime Minister," he said. "But I don't want to be next to Nigel if we haven't got a plan, a policy, a structure, a shadow cabinet. I don't want to raise people's hopes for change and then dash them, like Boris did." Asked about Reform UK's recent electoral successes, Lowe dismissed them as a lack of alternatives for voters. "I don't think people had a practical alternative but to vote for Reform," he said. "If you wanted change, you had to vote for Reform. But we need something more professional, something that will deliver real change for the British people." In other political developments, Labour leader Sir Keir Starmer faces a growing rebellion within his party over planned welfare cuts, threatening to undermine the government's working majority in Parliament. More than 100 MPs have now signed a letter condemning the proposed changes, particularly to the health component of universal credit. The rebellion began with 42 MPs, primarily from Labour's left, but has now swelled to approximately 140. With the government's working majority standing at 165, a rebellion from just 83 MPs could see the welfare reform plans defeated in a critical June vote. The dissenting group is demanding a full assessment of the cuts' impact on disabled people. In response, ministers have vowed to address concerns but remain confident that fewer than a dozen MPs will ultimately rebel. Treasury Minister Emma Reynolds emphasised that Labour will not be changing course, stating that the government would continue discussions with backbenchers on sensitive issues. The welfare rebellion comes amid mounting criticism of Prime Minister Starmer's recent comments on migration, where he referred to Britain as becoming an island of strangers. The remarks have drawn fierce comparisons to Enoch Powell's infamous Rivers of Blood speech, with both Labour MPs and external commentators condemning the tone. Labour MP Belri Bayoadi expressed particular concern over proposals to retroactively enforce indefinite leave to remain (ILR), calling it irresponsible and warning of potential harm similar to the Windrush scandal. "It would be irresponsible for the government to pull the rug out from under people who have worked, paid taxes, and built their lives here," she said. A report by the Centre for Migration Control earlier this year estimated that dependents of ILR migrants arriving since 2021 will cost the UK taxpayer £35 billion by 2028. Cabinet Chief Pat McFadden defended Starmer's comments, telling LBC that the statement was taken out of context. "We need a society with rules, responsibilities, and obligations," he said.